Hello, I'm Lugotorix and welcome to part 6 of the Rebels campaign on Rome Total War. And we're basically going to start off by ending the turn. So basically just seeing who decides to attack us first. So I'm going to do a little bit of recruitment, a little bit of construction, and we'll see how it goes. Right, I've spent a ton of money, but it's totally worth it. We're going to get a ton of new units. So let's just end the turn and... did we mean to attack the Thracians? No, we want to be defensive, I think, in that one. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Let's just... Our forces attack an army of Thrace. Yeah, but this is mostly skirmishers, so I'd rather fight them in the city. I'm alright for the moment. Just withdraw from there. That's cool. Poralism, I think, went to the Dacians. That's absolutely fine. We should win this naval battle. Nope, that's a real annoyance, but okay. The Egyptians are moving out of Memphis. Palmyra, as I predicted, is going to go under siege from the Seleucids. Fine, annoying, but hopefully we can deal with it. Scythians moving around. And, the Thracians have attacked us anyway, which is fine. I'd rather fight them in the city because, I mean, the skirmishers, what they're going to do is they're going to carry the ram and just charge straight into hot plates. They're going to have a rough old day, hopefully anyway. These guys aren't going to be able to do much either. So, we should be absolutely fine here, and that's good. That's going to free up a lot of troops to move over from Byzantium towards Nicomedia and then beyond into Pontus, where we can really strengthen our hold of Turkey and move towards the Middle East. So, I'm liking what I see here. Let's relieve Byzantium finally. Do you know what? As it's largely skirmishers, I'm pretty happy to auto-resolve this. Clear victory. Well, we took a few losses, but I'll take it. Just to save time, and also, I feel like the amount of javelins they would have thrown, I feel like we probably would have taken quite a few losses. So, that's perfectly fine. We actually have quite a strong army here now. And like I said, we need to move forward against these bad boys. The Pontics. Spartacus the Handsome. Well, okay, he's only 19 years old. We need to make sure that he is handsome no more after he gets a spear to the face. So, first of all, we don't have any ships in this region, which is kind of an annoyance because it means we can't get the troops from the Byzantine area over to Nicomedia straight away. So what we need to do is you guys step into Byzantium, retrain these guys, and we can recruit another unit of hoplites. And then, actually no, don't do that, wait a minute, no, we need to get a ship, there we go. And then we can move forward against the Pontics, so not feeling too bad in this regard. Is this, this is a rebel army that's, lots of Cilician pirates and a rebel general. Oh, well that's nice. I'm wondering if we should make a sneaky attempt, either to take the one down here, is it Antioch? No. The one down here, I've forgotten what it's called. Or we could sneakily go up to Sinope. Let's sneakily go up to Sinope, and there's one around here I think as well. So, because I reckon, yep. Okay, Mazacar, how strong does it look? We've got Captain Spartacus, that's a bunch of pretty much rubbish. And then Mazacar itself looks pretty empty apart from this guy. Okay, the factionary is there. Well, could we attack this guy? We can. This is interesting. Okay, Captain Secundus. A load of Cilicians. Cilicians are solid. Now, this army I'm pretty confident we could defeat. It's the second one that I'm worried about. Heracles. You know what, I'll make the decision later. We'll see how other events go, I think is probably the good idea. So, because we've got more important matters on our hand elsewhere. First of all, let's have a look at Egypt. So, there was a large amount of troops that moved out from Memphis towards these guys actually. So we are potentially going to be ambushed in a second if I move forward. Bostra isn't looking that strong. I mean, these guys are really needed, but I would like to go and take Bostra on the way if possible. That might not be possible, though. Now, I would just quite like to put Memphis under siege. Thebes is no longer under siege. Beautiful. Apries Helios must have not wanted to do that anymore. So this is the army of a family member and somebody. And this is quite a big army. I see. Flip. And in Alexandria, most of that is peasants. There is a severe lack of troops. These guys need to get over quickly. So you guys keep making your way over here if you don't mind. Once these guys are here, things should be a lot easier. And then over here in Palmyra is where the real trouble is. Klytos, well I say that's mostly militia hoplites. That's pretty garbage. But then Palmyra, that's pretty garbage as well. Now we could bring over another Eastern infantry. And there is a little bit of force at Sidon, but not really enough. You know what, we'll worry about that later. Let's look over to Greece, where things look a little bit better at least. Greece doesn't look too bad. Well, I say that Athens is under siege, but that's nothing. That's absolutely nothing at all. This army could move over towards Larissa. Let's get the spy moving along here. Right, this force is mostly cavalry, and considering we lack infantry, probably a bad idea to go against that. But this force in Termon is probably mostly hoplites, and we've got a lot of skirmishing troops, Cretans and stuff. So it would be more sensible probably to go for Termon as opposed to Larissa. That's kind of my logic. Right, there's another spy here who can get closer. Let's have a quick look. Can we see anything more? Ah, we can. That's mostly skirmishers as well. Okay, I'm making an executive decision. These guys in Byzantium, they were going to go over to Turkey, but I feel like they're more needed in Greece. So what you're going to do is all of you guys get onto the ship, apart from this weak unit. There should be a ship here. Is there not? I swear we recruited the ship. Oh, we did. There we go. Beautiful. You guys get on here and start making your way towards Greece. Lovely. And you can pick up a few troops from Pergamum as well. Once these guys get over here, that's when the party really starts. And by the way, you guys can do your job by pushing off these guys and getting rid of them. You get out of here. Athens is no longer under siege. That's right. So you guys get inside Athens for the moment. We're going to wait for reinforcements. The same goes for the troops in Rhodes. There's quite a few of them, in fact. These guys were going to go over to Salamis. They're needed more in Greece, I've decided. Now, there's a severe lack of ships over here, which is a real tragedy. Right, shall we see if we can take Batavium now? This should be relatively easy, I hope. We could do a lot of damage just with the javelins alone, I hope. So, oh, the time has come. For the first time ever in my channel's history, I'm going to have to fight against Lugotorix. Oh, that has a horrible feeling to it. Oh, okay. Well, Captain Isagoras versus Lugotorix. Unfortunately, mate, I would never command an army this bad. I would have recruited more, my friend. Yeah, Warband are going to be able to do nothing to the javelins. And Lugotorix, well, he's probably going to die to the militia hoplites. Ah, this stings, but okay. It has to be done. We have to retake Batavium. I don't even think we ever had Batavium, but it's going to be ours now. Sorry, mate. It's your time to be at rest. Okay, here we are in a nice spacious place of Batavium. Let's just wait a little bit. That's better. Okay, so I think this should be a relatively easy one. The Illyrians or Peltasts or whatever they are, they can do a lot of damage early on. Now there is a few towers, so we need to be a little bit careful. We'll probably only need 2 rams in all honesty, so you could probably just drop it. Come on, mate. So start the battle. You guys get up to the fence as quick as you can. Start firing over as quick as you can. Start firing over. You start getting the rams ready, and we can probably do a lot of damage from here. Maybe. So we're firing over. Yeah, we're going to do a bit of damage at least. That's cool. Okay, guys, I want you to stop firing for the minute. Right, you enter the city if you wouldn't mind. Yeah, Lugo himself is going to go to the plaza. That's fair enough, my man. Don't blame you. Don't blame me this time. So what we can do is we can just get the militia hoplites in a nice line, the Illyrians behind them, and then the Illyrians can bait all the troops in the world into the back of, or into the front of the hoplites rather. That's it, lads. Right, group up and then start marching towards the plaza. This should be relatively simple, I hope. We can bait them off the plaza nice and easily. Here we go. Let's just move a little bit forward so we're in range. Oh, Lugo's charged in. Right, okay. Well, quickly run up and fire on him then. Okay, as much as it pains me to say that, we actually need to get him down. So you around here. You around here. We need to properly surround him now. Okay, guys, can you fire? You should be on fire at will. Fire at will. Fire in. Fire in. That's not Lugo. That's our captain, I think. Lugo is still around. Yep, that's a heroic death. Don't know what you're doing all the way over here. Lugo, here he is, fighting to the last man, because that's what he would do. That's what he always does, my man. There he is. There he is by the tree. What a brave and noble death he had. Do you know what? I can't even complain. What a noble death he had. Oh, okay. Apparently he didn't die the first time. It took him. What? Oh, okay. He had to die twice. He got 2 cutscenes. He's so special. He got 2 cutscenes for some reason. Okay, well, he even tried to cheat death. What a badass. That's what Lugotorix does, damn it. Okay, awesome. Now, you guys, can you fire in on the warband? No, because your range is rubbish, isn't it? Okay, warband are now charging. Good. And the Illyrians should be able to get a good amount of hits on them. They're shaken, they're broken already. That unit's wavering. We just need to focus all our energy on that unit. There we go. We'll have a quick look. Enemy general fallen. Lugotorix. That's sad. It's the only time I'll ever be sad that one of the enemy generals has died. Okay, so this is a momentous occasion. We should savour it. And there we go. Batavian Hussars will end the battle. 321 kills to 103. A brave and solid defence from Lugotorix. I would expect nothing less. Now what I'm really hoping is there's plenty of recruitment capacity in Batavian. Probably not. We might not even be able to recruit or retrain anything here. So we'll have to move on towards Ariminum. I'm not quite sure. We'll enslave. That's fine. So, well, first of all, of course. But actually, no. You know what? Batavium's like the one... Screw it, I'm still bumping up the tax rate. We need the money. Repair the walls. So, we have... What? Do we have any barracks? We have a muster field. So, I think we can recruit peasants and militia hoplites. And we have some stables. Because militia cavalry is pretty decent. Okay, so what we can do... That's quite nice. We do need some more infantry, so I am going to get the infantry first, but the fact that we can have militia cavalry here is quite nice indeed. I like that. Yeah, very cool indeed. Very cool. I've also made the executive decision that this army needs to move towards Egypt as opposed to Bostra, so you guys start moving in this direction. Okay, you are needed to take Memphis. Once we take Memphis, things are looking good. We can retake Bostra. That'll be all good. Now, we can take Tanais, or put it under siege at the very least, so the Scythians are a bit on the back foot, which is good. We can build one ram, that'll be enough. And the lads from Massilia, or all but one of you, can move along towards Segesta and the Julii, which will be nice as well. So you guys start doing that. Yes, we will start moving towards Segesta. Lovely stuff. So, I'm going to do a bit of recruitment and construction, all of that, and we'll be ready to click end turn. Alright, I've done everything I think I can do, so I think we are ready to... Oh, no, I haven't checked... Oh, no, I haven't. We haven't seen what armies are about, and actually, there's a new general, Arapathes. So, 34-year-old, social drinker. Okay, not got a lot of personality other than the fact that he drinks, which is probably what a lot of young men are, so, you know, can't blame him too much. We'll pick up these Sarmatian mercenaries, though, definitely. And well, you really probably need to start making your way down to the Caucasus regions, because the Seleucids are causing trouble. Maybe we can pick off a few Armenian settlements as well. Alright, now we've done all we need to. Let's end the turn. So we have a ship that is moving, making a long old journey down to the Mediterranean if it ever makes there. The Egyptians have put Thebes back under siege. That's not a huge issue. Okay, so they didn't do anything else. What happened? What's this? Where is this? Oh, this is just some random army in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, there's no way we're going to be able to defeat that. So that is that army gone. Bit of a shame, but, you know, these things happen. Nicomedia is back under siege by the Pontics. Fair enough, slightly annoying, but I think we can probably deal with that. There was a rebel army outside of Porolissum, by the way. I missed that. It's a bit annoying. I do miss the odd rebel army every now and then. But other than that, pretty uneventful turn, which is how I like it. It's nice to have an uneventful turn for once. It is also nice to have an army spawn right outside of Capua that has Stamnites in. But we'll look at that in a minute. Right, a lot to do. Where to start off with? Let's actually start off in the north of Italy, as we are sort of around here anyway. So, we took Batavium last time, and really we should be looking towards the Julii now. Now, admittedly, Dacians are quite near Segestica, but that's probably nothing that amazing. I mean, if we just recruit another militia hoplite, we should probably be able to deal with that. I think we need to move down to Ariminum, where we also have this army in a fort. So, could we put Ariminum under siege right now? No, in fact this army could stand up on the bridge. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll start getting this army down towards Ariminum, but the bridge would be a perfect place for you to go. Okay, all of them but one can stand on the bridge. There's no way anyone's going to be able to get past us on this bridge. Saying that, we have been ambushed. The Gauls do like their ambushing, don't they? Right, well, you're going to regret this, Gauls, I'm afraid. So, Captain Glazabrin, it is... Yeah, that's nothing amazing. You are going to seriously regret this. We've got plenty of skirmishers. You are absolutely screwed. You should have backed off, my friends. Let's fight them. If they want to fight, let's bring it to them. Right, so here we are. We can play this relatively defensively if we want to, because they attacked us, I believe. So, yeah, well, they ambushed us. So what we'll do, we'll have a front line. We don't really probably have quite enough militia hoplites. We'll have to spread them out a little bit thinly. But it's all right. We can do it all right. And the Illyrian mercenaries will be along at the back. I don't want them particularly to skirmish. They need to be protected by the spears just in case the cav cause a bit of trouble. But that is alright. This should absolutely massacre the Gauls. I would imagine it does anyway. So where are they? They're in front. Well, we can walk a little bit towards them. But honestly, the sheer amount of missile fire should be plenty enough. Right, so we should now be firing. Yep, we're beginning to fire. I mean, the cav are probably going to charge straight into the spears. They're not going to have a fun day if they do that. The warband are going to be torn to shreds by the javelins. Already they're taking a huge amount of hits. They have absolutely no missile fire, which is pretty much typical of early Gaul armies. As they charge in, their captain dies immediately in a very laggy death. But he did die. Yep, they're broken. And I think that is a very short battle. Okay, well, we never wanted to fight these guys anyway. We'll get a few more kills if we can, but they should never have crossed our path. So, 222 kills to 19. Yeah, as I said, shouldn't have gotten our way, my Gaul friends. You shouldn't have gotten my way. You should have learnt your lesson from Lugotorix dying last time, okay? Your most glorious general died last episode. So, just take the hint and just go and fight somebody else and get out of my way. Thank you very much. Right, well, we'll continue to take the bridge. In fact, that battered unit can go back to Batavium to get retrained, and it can be replaced by the better units. The better unit can stand here. Good. Mediolanium is part of the Gauls. That's fine. If anyone wants to attack us on the bridge, more than welcome to. I'd love it if this Roman army came and attacked us on the bridge. That'd be lovely. Right, Egypt. So, the Egyptians have put Thebes under siege again with a pretty solid army, although you can see some of them are quite battered indeed. Now, Memphis is looking very, very vulnerable. We need to take Memphis. It was a tragedy that we couldn't take it a couple of episodes ago. You guys need to keep getting over here. You're being very, very slow, okay? It's taking you ages to get from Siwa to over here. Crazy stuff. You probably need to make your way around these guys. We don't particularly want to fight them, so just make your way over there. Beautiful. Really, we can't go for Memphis without at least this army, and then the guys from Alexandria over to Memphis. You're just going to have to keep moving, keep doing your thing. And also, we have this army, which is going to come by ship. That is a good bit of news. So you guys get on the ship, land over here, do your business. Lovely. So we are getting armies towards Memphis, which is the good news. Right, next, why don't we go and take Tanais? In fact, we might be able to auto-resolve this. I don't actually know what's in Tanais. No, we won't auto-resolve that. That's a little bit... Oh, it's actually archers versus archers, though. That could be a little bit tricky. Well, we'll go for it, and we'll basically just see what happens. This, yeah, it could be a little bit of a tough one, because we don't have a lot of infantry. What I'd really like is some spears, and then some archers, and then the Scythians could just run into the spears. But they do have a lot of archer power themselves, so I reckon we can win, but taking the general down will be quite tough. It's going to have to just be the pure, sheer amount of arrows that will have to do it. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so here we are. This is pretty much how I like it. We're just going to get these units... Wait a minute. These guys a little bit closer to the scene of the crime. Just come around here. That would be nice. So start and the peasants can come close as well. Start the battle. Peasants move towards the gate. You guys, if there's anyone near the fence, anyone at all, just start firing in on them. That would be lovely. So run forward and do that, please. Now, Scythian horse archers have low defense. So, I think we might need to move back a little bit. So, they are quite vulnerable to missile fire, which is quite nice. They have a defense of something like 5, I think, or something really quite, not very good like that. Right, for some reason we are struggling to hit them. I don't know if it's just the angle of the wall. We're too close, we're not close enough, something like that. But it's not looking too amazing. So, guys, if you could just... I don't need to be in the range of that tower, but you need to start getting some hits on these Scythians. It's ridiculous. Alright, it's kind of stupid. Well, a couple of you have got a shot at the very least. You guys going behind, so you've got the right angle as well. Scythian horse archers go like this. You see, look, we're putting a lot of hits on them, but they're putting a lot of hits on us as well. In fact, we've killed more of them, which is good at least. I mean, there is an argument that we shouldn't really be trying to take the city in the first place, because I don't think we're going to be able to recruit anything here. It's a little bit more money, it's a little bit more territory, but really it's nothing that important at all. But I just thought, as we were near Tanais and this army just spawned out of nowhere, it's quite nice just to, take it along the way. But honestly, this isn't hugely important anyway. I think we should start getting into the city, because these guys are nothing now. They're down to 16, so just get in the city, please. Right, archers, I want you to completely ignore the horse archers that are near you and just make your way to the plaza, please, if you wouldn't mind. You can focus on that weakened unit. That would be cool. Thank you. To be honest, we can very easily lose this. If I was the Scythians right now, I'd get my general to charge into these units of Archer Warband. They would be absolutely done for. Why are you going so far away, guys? Come on, stop being cowards. Alright, you can stand up Scythian Horse Archers and that. No, you can't, apparently. You see what I said? Yeah, we had a serious lack of infantry. Maybe I should have just got these guys to join up with the general that was coming down to the Caucasus region. And yeah, this is a complete massacre. We didn't have any infantry. I'm not surprised by this. This is kind of a waste of archers, though. Bit of a shame, but whatever. You try and get... Oh, there's no point retreating, is there? Oh, well, this battle is nothing then. Whatever. Yeah, bit of a shame. I actually probably shouldn't have fought this. I kind of realised, like, halfway through this battle, actually, what am I doing here? We have no infantry, and we're going to get slaughtered, and guess what we did? Crushing defeat. I'm not surprised. I really shouldn't have fought that. That was a very stupid decision of mine. But whatever. You live and you learn. I won't make that mistake again. Hopefully, anyway. Okay, well, that's that dealt with in... you know, quotation marks. So, let's have a look at Greece. Now, the annoying thing about Greece is this army over here, Captain Astrobacchus, is kind of blocking the way to the rest of the Greek peninsula. So, we could go for Termon, or we could go for Larissa. It's hard to work out which one we want. Well, first of all, let's see how far this ship can get. This ship, it's got a decent amount of troops. It's got an okay amount of troops, yeah, that's for sure. We could combine these troops with these troops and have a big fight against Macedon right now. I'd rather, though, have that fight outside of Larissa. That would be better, but this army is blocking the way, sadly. Well, realistically, I think we have no choice but to fight this Macedonian army because we're not going to be able to get any troops from Athens and further south to the north because this army is blocking the way. And then Larissa, well, we can't just take Larissa with this army. It's not really big enough. Now, I know there's basically nothing in Larissa, but there's probably almost certainly armies around the outside. So I need to have these two armies together, and I've tried to work out the logistics of it. I can't get this ship over here, get all the troops up on the other side. And to be honest, we're going to have to fight this army sooner or later anyway, even if it's outside of Larissa. So I think we might as well just go for it, man. Let's just try and fight it. So we'll drop these lads off over here, like so. And this is a solid little force. They can actually attack the Macedonians just quickly, just to see what they've got. So the Macedonians have got a bunch of militia hoplites, a bunch of not very good cavalry, and some archers. So we're going to have a bit more than that, hopefully, or a bit better than that at the very least. So withdraw very, very quickly. Now, we're not going to bring all these troops over. We're going to bring the good ones over. The militia hoplites, obviously the Cretan archers because they're great. Militia hoplites, Rhodians, you guys, Peltasts, and we'll have a bit of cavalry because we're probably going to need a little bit of cavalry, even if it's just at the very end. So you guys come over here. Now, that's a solid army. That's a solid army indeed. Can we bring anyone else along? We can bring you guys along. Yeah, every unit will help. So you come over as well. And you know what? Two lads from Sparta can get over. Let's do that. Oh, they can't quite get over in time. Oh, well, they can be backup or whatever. Yeah, I'm not using these hoplites because they need to get on the ship. And, well, the nearest place... Actually, no, Athens is getting a... Athens is very near to a city barracks. So, they can stay there. Once city barracks is done, they can be retrained. But anyway, let's just fight Captain Abstracus or whatever it is. Astrobacchus, rather. He might even back off, you know, because we've got such a big army. I don't think he will. No, he won't. He is not a coward, which I will commend him for this one time. So we've already looked at his army. We've got a pretty solid army indeed. 1,366 men. This might be the biggest army we've fielded. I mean, when have you ever seen a rebel army this big? Very, very rare indeed, unless they revolt, I suppose, but still very, very rare. So, anyway, without further ado, let's get into this battle. It's going to be interesting. Alright, here we are, and, well, it looks like we're facing a massive hill. Now, that isn't good. Have we picked, like, the worst spot to attack? We've picked the worst spot imaginable to attack these guys, haven't we? I suppose that's a lesson learned. Check the terrain before you attack anyone. Well, we can't back off now. We'll have a couple of Peltasts on this side. We'll have a Peltast and a Rhodian on the other side. And then we'll have the Barbarian Cav, the captain, at the back, just supporting the troops. So that is everyone. Let's start the battle. This could be tough, because although the balanced power is in our favour, look at that hill advantage they've got. I mean, it's such a big hill advantage, I can't physically even see them, and my troops are going to be so tired by the time they get to them. So we're going to try and manoeuvre ourselves into position. We might have to then wait a little bit to catch our breath, as it were, but it should hopefully be alright. So at least we can see them at this point, but my flipping goodness, Yeah, we need to get up the top of this hill, then around the side, hope they back off a little bit, and we can then fight on the top of the hill. Although the edge of the map is right here. I mean, they are really cheesing out here. They're doing a pretty good job. We are going to have a massive old rest, that is for sure. Oh, you silly boys. Oh, you absolute foolish... I thought you weren't going to be cowards. That is the height of cowardice. You had a massive, mountainous advantage, and you really backed off. Well, that suits me, because I didn't want to fight this. I did not want to fight this, but I had no choice. I couldn't back off at this point. Well, I mean, what a bunch of fools. Fair enough, you just hand us the victory, Macedon. Oh dear, very disappointed. Close victory. Well, 0 kills to 0, but, I mean, look, okay, we had the balance power in our favour, but the hill advantage was so huge, I think they probably would have won that. But, hey, their loss, literally their loss, they're now going to back off probably towards Larissa, and that means we can just further our advance, really. I don't think we have a huge amount of movement points left, but it's fine by me. So they back off physically into Larissa. Now, that's good, because we've moved them out of the way of our path, and we can now decide whether we want to go to Termon or Larissa. Now, the thing that's putting me off Termon is if you look at it, 2 generals and also a lot of skirmishers. The generals shouldn't be too difficult to deal with the, I suppose that's not too bad to deal with, actually. It's not as bad as I thought it was. The Cretans are pretty good. Maybe our next target should be Termon. Just kick the Greeks out, and it's an easier place to take than Larissa. Right, I've just realised we need to sally forth against the Scythians, otherwise we're going to lose Chersonesos. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to lose it anyway. It's a bit of a shame. I actually quite liked Chersonesos. It was a nice little village to have in this region to keep sort of an eye on the Scythians. I mean, we don't really have much of a chance at all. Well, I'll fight it quickly, but this is going to be an absolute annihilation. The Scythian horse archers will just destroy us, I'm sure. But hey, we can give it a go. Right, well, like I said, we don't really stand much of a chance. Just stand by the gate, guys. Start the battle. Move out. I mean, you might as well just go for a unit and see how it goes. I mean, we just don't stand a chance here. The majority of this battle will probably be cut out if I'm being brutally honest. Yeah, the hoplites just get absolutely annihilated before they even anywhere near reach the Scythians, which is what I expected. I played a whole campaign of Scythia, and I know how easy it is to face phalanx troops. It is no struggle at all because you can literally just skirmish around them. It's not very fair. But there we go. So yeah, this battle is over, sadly. Oh well, I mean, honestly, not the most important settlement ever. We didn't really need troops in Scythia anyway, so it's not a huge disaster. It's a bit of a shame, I'll admit. But there we go. So the Scythians have Chersonesos, which is fine. These guys, or these ladies actually, are going to be moving down. Oh, we've just found Campus Getae. I tell you what, that could be a target for the Amazonian chariots. Screw it. Let's put it under siege. Oh, they won't be able to flip and get in, though. Right, we'll have this under siege until either we're attacked or they sally... Oh, no, wait a minute. Here we go. Perfect. Right, these guys can come over and carry the ram. There we go. So we've got a force, potentially, to take Campus Getae. We could start a little sort of Empire Thracian region, which will be better than the Scythian region because we can recruit better troops there. So actually, works out relatively well, if I say so myself. Alright, well I think I've done pretty much all I can, so I'm going to recruit, construct, and we'll end the turn, see what happens. Alright, I have a feeling that we're going to be fighting a fair few battles in a second, so let's just click end turn and face up to it. What are these guys doing? Who are you? Oh, is that the spy? Why are you going back to Termon, mate? I definitely didn't tell you to do that, but whatever. A few troops moving around as per usual, a few ships and whatever. Macedonians don't do anything. Right, the Egyptians, this looks like a navy with an army on it. Flip, okay. Clear defeat. Where do we get knocked back to? Oh, please don't say that whole army died. Oh, that was the force that took Rhodes. It was a load of militia hoplites. That's really annoying if that's the case. Right, Susa, we have absolutely no chance. Oh, this is just a random little peasant that I forgot. That's fine. That's fine. I didn't have a deal with him anyway. Segestica is put under siege by Dacians. We should be able to deal with that. We have plenty of troops in the region. And the Thracians have attacked us at Campus Getae, have they now? Well, we have some pretty damn good troops, so... But then they have some pretty damn good troops as well. Well, we can't back off. I just remembered we can't back off. This is going to be tough, actually. We have our chariots, which maybe we shouldn't have done this, but hey, we made a decision. We're going to have to live with it. Yeah, we can't back off, so we're going to have to fight it. Oh, flip. Okay, because we're never probably going to be able to recruit any more of these. So, it'll be a shame if we lose them, but it is what it is. Right, here we are. So we can do a good amount of skirmishing. I've never used these units ever. I'm just going to try and use them like sort of normal missile cavalry and just skirmish around. But as I said, never have used these because I've never played the rebels, and you don't get these exact units any other way other than playing as the rebels. So this will be very, very interesting indeed. We're just going to try and skirmish around them, break a few units, see what happens. This will be very, very interesting indeed. Well, very quickly we managed to get a unit breaking, but they recovered almost straight away. Really, I think the point we're going to lose this, it's lagging very slightly, I apologise. The point we're going to lose this is when we run out of arrows. Which, it looks like we have a lot of arrows in all fairness, so that's good. But yes, that is the point I feel like we will no longer be able to actually fight effectively, is when we run out of arrows. But I mean, we could still do a pretty good amount of damage in the melee, so you never quite know. You never quite know. This is like playing the Scythia campaign again. It's crazy. Just a ton of flipping missile cavalry running around doing my work for me. I love it. Right, this unit is being chased off. That's kind of annoying, in fact. And one of these have been training a little bit. Well, I mean, this unit is pretty much down to nothing. We could easily defeat them if they actually decide to attack us. They're wavering. Screw it. They want to fight? We'll fight them. We'll fight them. Yeah, we have very low defense. That's going to be the problem, though, isn't it? But they break. Good. Go off fight will for the minute. Go back on skirmish mode and get back in the fray. Okay? Get back in the fray. We lost three women there. Those 3 women we will never be able to get back, but it is what it is. Well, we've taken down 42% of their army to the 1% of us. We're taking a few knocks from missiles, but actually it doesn't seem to affect us at all. We've got a lot of experience, which is interesting. I don't know how these people have gained experience, but apparently we have, which is nice. Yeah, their militia cavalry is causing the most trouble. I don't think we're going to be able to win this, though. I can't envision. How do you say that word? Envision. That's the word. Envision. Yeah, I can't envision that being an occurrence. I don't know. I just can't. It's a bit of a shame, but maybe I'm being a bit too pessimistic. I'm not sure. I mean, we are losing a few. Every now and then we do lose a few, which is a shame. It's a tragedy, really. Right, I'm telling them to try and get over to the second army, where I want them to focus on the generals at the very least. That's our best chance of winning this, is if we can kill the Thracian generals. So that's what I'm hoping on. We'll see what happens. I mean, the Cavs should get torn apart. If they do decide to attack, they should get absolutely torn apart. Attacking the melee, I mean, of course. They probably won't go down that quickly in the missile. And, well, we're going to find out, I think, in the melee in a second. Because it looks like we're not going to be able to skirmish away from them that much longer. And well, they just demolished that unit there. Sorry, lady, it didn't end up well for you. This is a shame. This is a good waste. A waste of a really quite good bunch of units here. And although we've killed 70% of the Thracians, it just isn't enough, I don't think. Oh, they're fighting. They're going down. Damn it! They got stuck in the corner. This is what happens. Yep, they broke. First unit that fights in the melee gets... this is giving me like PTSD flashbacks from my Scythia campaign when this kind of thing happened. But they did lose a fair amount of men. This is a tragedy, though. This is a real tragedy. Oh, such a shame. We could have really used these guys really effectively somewhere else. But unfortunately, I was stupid. I sensed an opportunity to attack Campus Getae. I took the opportunity, and it was a risk which wasn't worth taking. Even if we win this, we're going to lose so many of the chariots that it just wasn't worth it, because, well, Campus Getae isn't even that amazing, to be honest. We are going to kill this general, though, so you never know. That is, we didn't get a cutscene, but that is an enemy general dead, Xyles. I've faced Xyles before in campaigns, I'm pretty sure. Well, Xyles is dead, which is nice. This guy is about to die. He's down to 5. Well, we could still win. Look, we've got to try and win. We've got to try and, at the very least, keep these units. We've only lost 1. I think we've lost 1 unit. I think we had 5, and we now have. Sorry, I think we had 6. We now had 5. Their captain died. Oh, that's another unit down. Something happened to them. The Folksman or something. Yeah, Folksman got to them. So that was actually our captain that died, not theirs. Oh, you silly women. That's the other general dead. So a lot of generals and captains going down. But I think the advantage is with us. If we can keep 4 units of chariots, I'll be happy. I probably won't even go for Campus Getae. That's the annoying thing. I probably won't even care about it. I'd probably just move south because they're needed more, against the Romans. Probably they'd be a really good asset against the Romans. Actually, that'd be a really, really cool asset against the Romans. But I think we are actually going to defeat these Thracians and take Campus Getae. So that's good at the very least. The two or three units that went down. Well, at least it was for some purpose. Victory, cool. Well, we'll continue the battle. We'll kill them pretty much to the last man. But yeah, bit of a shame, but these things happen. I'm saying that we did actually win, but this is the one instance where I'm actually not happy with the result, even though we have a clear victory. Well, 777 kills to 100. That shows how strong those chariots can be. Very, very effective units. Great units. Just a shame that I didn't use them very, very effectively today, but there you go. There you go. The good news is Campus Getae should be ours. It is ours. We will just occupy. Why not? Shouldn't make a huge amount of difference. Decius, I don't know why we can see his name, but apparently we can. Decius Curtius is spying on Patavium. Didn't actually really care what his name was. He's a rude Julii for doing that. His name is irrelevant. The Greeks have really enforced Termon. They've brought up a ton of troops, probably from Sicily, I'm guessing. Shame if we intercepted them by ship. That would have been amazing, but I didn't spot them, so there you go. That's maybe something I should be a little bit more vigilant of, but unfortunately I wasn't today. Brutii have been very inactive, by the way, which is interesting, but anyway. Let's have a look at the Egyptians. Thankfully, they did not put Thebes, they didn't attack Thebes. We can probably go for Memphis now, because there is, there's basically nothing in Memphis. It's 4 units, shouldn't be anything too tricky to deal with. We have, these guys still cannot make it to Memphis. They are so slow, so unbelievably slow. Get over to Memphis as quickly as you can, come on. Anyway, unbelievably slow. Well, we don't want to put Memphis under siege too prematurely. We're going to have to keep going. You guys, flipping hell, honestly. You guys just start making your way to Memphis as quickly as you can. You guys make your way onto this bridge, please, where you're safer. And then we can bring a few lads from Alexandria to help out with this army, just in case they're attacked. We have that army, and that army going towards Memphis very, very soon. So that's looking good. Thebes, we might lose. Hopefully they just wait a couple more turns. That would be nice. The good news is we've got a ship over here in, what is this, the Red Sea? I think it's the Red Sea, which can transport troops from Petra quicker, which is nice. So if we can get these guys over to Thebes in time, that would be quite nice. If you three could get on the ship, they're not going to get over this turn, but they could get over within probably 2-3 turns, so you never know. Now, Northern Italy. The Julii seem to have sort of disappeared a bit. The big army that was outside of Segesta seems to have gone, which is cool, fine by me. We'll have a look at the Dacians in a minute. So we'll get this army moving towards Ariminum first. Hopefully there's no Julii hiding around. Nope, doesn't seem to be. Now, this fort, can it actually get past Ariminum? No, it can't. Well, if we brought this ship over, it might be able to, though. You guys are going to be useful, but you're not going to be able to get there this turn, so just stay in the fort for the moment. It's nice using forts. I very, very rarely use forts. I should use them more often. You guys are going to be dropped off here. And then Antiochus, join Captain whatever his name is. And that is a good army with some mercenaries. It's rubbish cavalry, but we'll take it anyway. And this is going to be the force that is going to go towards Ariminum very, very soon. Now, Segesta, I'm not sure where that... There's a Julii army around here somewhere. I'm almost certain of it. But hey, we've got to take the risk. We've got to go for Segesta while it's looking pretty vulnerable. And just pray there's no Julii around. So, attack Segesta. Lovely. We'll build a couple of rams. We'll build... or 2 will be enough. No mercenaries around here, unfortunately. We might have stolen them accidentally from the mercenary pool over there. Antiochus was stealing the mercenaries, but whatever, it shouldn't be too big of an issue. If you can... Oh, you can't make it, that's fine, no worries. So, potentially, we're going to have 2 Julii settlements under siege very, very quickly, which is what we like to see. Now, Segestica. The Dacians are here. We have got 4 militia hoplites and a naked fanatic inside there. They have, well, probably typical Dacian units. Warband, nothing particularly amazing. I think we can probably deal with it, but if we could divert some troops over... in a minute, I will probably try and do so. Troops converging around Massilia, very unlikely we're going to be able to keep that, to be honest. But I'm going to keep trying to pump out the troops, do as much as I can, but it's not a hugely important settlement. Taking out the Julii is of much bigger concern at this point in time. And then the final thing I think to deal with this turn is what to do in Greece. Do we go towards Larissa or do we go towards Termon? Now Termon admittedly has been massively reinforced, so Larissa would probably be more sensible. This army is nothing amazing. This army is, in all honesty, pretty trash. I think I could deal with that relatively handily. I mean, admittedly, these guys aren't amazing. We've got militia hoplites versus militia hoplites, but we have the range advantage, and the barracks is 1 turn off. So in a few turns, we'll actually be able to have a solid like 4 more units of proper hoplites, which would be cool. Plus other reinforcements from around the way, and plus these guys who could also make it to Larissa. But we can't put Larissa under siege. Actually, we might be able to, because what I'd rather is a defensive battle. So if we use this cavalry, put Larissa under siege, and then joined everyone up from the south of Larissa, that could work well. Yeah, I'll think about that. Right, I've concluded we're not going to have enough movement points to do that, but I do want to approach Larissa anyway, so just go towards there. Unfortunately, there's no bridges in the area, but just go towards Larissa. You're going to be a little bit off. Unfortunately, that is as far as you can go, but it's alright. You could be joined by, there's a space for 1 more, so we'll bring along 1 more militia hoplite like this. That'll be nice. So that's a nice full stack army, which is pretty cool. In fact, maybe we could merge some troops up. That looks better, and then you guys can go to Athens to get retrained. Beautiful. So we're advancing towards Larissa, unless the Greeks decide to come out of Termon and attack us, which honestly I wouldn't even be that mad with. You get up there. I think you're probably needed. Yeah, we don't have a lot of spies in this region, but it is what it is. Not a lot of force at Thessalonica, which is cool actually. So the Macedonians are looking on the back foot, which is good to see. So I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you very much for watching. Next time we are going to be fighting the Macedonians, and we're going to be fighting probably everyone else in the whole world. So I will hopefully see you around for then. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you around.